One of the biggest concerns, I mean, because as you said, this is very bureaucratic, it's in the weeds, those sorts of things. But I think when you talk to parents about the amount of data that the government is poised to collect on their students in terms of blood type, voting status of their parents, religious affiliation, their income, those sorts of things that have nothing to do with their child's education, I think that really wakes them up and turns them against it.
Let me play devil's advocate with you, because I know this is going to be the argument. Kyle, you conspiracy theorist. You know, you say data mining. You know why we want to use that? Here's why. Because we have a chance to grab information on 100 million people, and we can see that if you're a Catholic at this income in this part of the country, you just have something culturally that's different. So we can tailor-make the education to help you and your children, you conspiracy freak. It's not to control or anything else. It's to help you. Why is that wrong? Because that's something we've never seen in America. And I think the direction that they're going is they want this planned economy where, based on your interests and how you're doing in school, you will be put on a path to a career. We've never seen that in America. We've seen that in other countries, and it hasn't worked. Anybody have another answer for that? Because you say, because I know these people. I know these people, and they're immediate. I agree with you, 100%. They all say China is the way. Well, that's what China does. So they can't have it both ways, but they will. And the average person, they don't want to think that the people in the government and your school and everything else are either so stupid that they would get into something like this, or that they're so evil that they would be plotting that without saying it. So that you'll have people that will just roll their eyes and go, come on, really? Oh, now we're going to be China. We're in the United States, that'll never happen. That's what they'll say. Yes.
But if you read the Wall Street Journal article, Jamie Gass just put it totally in a great perspective for people. I mean, because he took it back to the 1990s, and he quoted Mark Tucker's letter to Hillary Clinton that this is what we need in America, is basically this cradle-to-grave system where everything is planned and the labor is planned, and this is how we can do it. I mean, basically, this is a part of the resurrection of that original plan.
Has anybody seen real division on the data mining? Is everybody that you talk to, are they universally, no matter how they vote, universally shocked by that?
I think it unifies left and right, because on the left you got the privacy guys, and this is a real invasion of privacy. On the right, you've got the thing of we don't trust government because they've got a long record for 3,500 years in written history of doing it wrong. But this issue, and I think part of the response to what do you say when they say, well, we're just trying to tailor education, first response is, that's not the business of the federal government, it's tailor education. That goes first to parents, second to local communities, third to teachers and local schools. And so what you've done is you have now federalized things even more than they are, and that's never been a good trend in America. I mean, we have a long record of showing that federalization doesn't help. And as you look at what has happened with these, and they're supposed to be standards that are locally implemented, they're done state by state, you know, all that kind of rhetoric. That's just not you know, Tammy's got a story of what happened when she tried to confront this kind of stuff at her school. Tammy, right here on the front row, guys, with Tammy. Raise your hand, Tammy.
Right here.
Go ahead and explain.
Yeah, well, I had heard different things about it, so I started to research it. And the more I researched, the more concerned I got. So I put together an email with a lot of links of the research I was finding. I used the email list from my kids' classes to send it out to the parents. I want to just open up a dialogue and say, hey guys, you know, have you heard about this? Look what's going on. What do you think? I got called to the principal's office. I was told not to do this, that I should not use the email lists. I was told
it was your own email list, right?
Yes, yeah. They're from the classes. I was told she wanted to make sure that I wasn't starting some kind of grassroots movement. And then she told me...
What did you say back to her?
Well, I was in shock for most of it.
See, I always thought kids got called to the principal's office. I didn't know parents got called.
They think they are the adult of us, too.
Yeah.
And then she told me that whether this was good or bad, that the teachers and that they work for the state, and that's their priority. So they're going to implement this no matter how good, bad it is. That's their job, and that's what they need to do.
Oh my gosh.
And I was told I am not to talk to any of the teachers about their opinion on Common Core and what they think.
What did you say to her?
I said, well, first of all, I said, you are the head educator in my child's school, and the quality of education for my children and the concern of the parent is not your priority. Your priority is to a bureaucrat in Washington? I was shocked. I was mortified.
What did she say?
I didn't really get a very good answer. I think they're afraid of losing their jobs. I think the teacher went to her because I asked about it in an email. And I think the way that she told me was the teacher asked, can we answer this? They were afraid that even if they gave me an answer, they would lose their job. So everyone's afraid to talk about it. I was told I'm not supposed to ask the teachers
I have to tell you something.
what they think.
Just that story is enough to any rational human being would say, there's a problem here.
Something's
definitely wrong.
Yeah.
If you can't, so you come to me and say, hey Glenn, I want to talk to you about what you're saying on your show. If I all of a sudden say, you are not allowed to put anything out, if I would ever do that, there's a problem.
Yeah.
There's a real issue.
You take that attitude and combine it with data mining, and what does it suggest? There's nothing favorable.
Totalitarian.
Yeah, I mean that's not good.
Kyle, what is the iris scan? What do they say that's for?
Well, it was to collect information on how long kids were going to be on the bus, when they were getting picked up, when they were getting dropped off. They claimed that it was for school security, for bus safety. But that is one of the data points is the bus information.
But doesn't an iris? Can't you do that with like a little checklist? Isn't an iris scan
clipboard,
a little
clipboard and a thing? Just check it out.
Isn't that a little spooky? I mean, I'm not the only one here, I know, but I'm hoping there's people in the audience at home are like, what?
They actually had a program in place where they had an identification card, and they claimed that kids were losing those, and so to prevent losing their card, they would just simply scan their iris.
Holy cow. Okay, back in just a second.